8:55, and I'm going to take a little time right now. Well, first of all, I'm going to cross this out up there. I'm sorry. I know you don't know what I'm doing. I'm not going to explain everything I'm doing, but I will say a few things. I'm using my notebook, which is a really helpful part of my parroting practice. And I'm using some of the acro tools, which are acronyms that I find useful. So the acro tool I'm going to use is PFS+++, and I'm going to put like a jagged circle around it. Oh, and then I'm going to fold down the page corner so that when I get home, I have a very easy task. Partly because I kept that recording to under 10 minutes. So all I have to do when I get home is transfer the recording from my recorder, my parrot, I like to call it my parrot, and transfer it to my computer. I don't have to do any editing because I was on. From the time I started that recording to the time I ended it, I was, in my mind, I'm talking to you. You, specifically Jungid, I'm talking to you because we just met. I was talking to you, and I'm still talking to you, and it's helpful. I mean, I'm still sitting in the same seat that I was sitting in when we talked. You were to my left, I was to your right. You had to go, and it's a good thing you got to go, because I would just be blabbing on like I am now. But the big difference is you can turn me off whenever and turn me on whenever. It's an amazing capability for me to feel that I can be as expansive as I feel I am ready to be about my ideas, about my loves, my passions, my hatreds. I try to keep the hatreds down. That was a little Austin Powers, by the way, that inspired that particular, I think after he comes out of the freezer, he can't help keep down certain thoughts, that normally we would keep down. Like, this beautiful woman comes in and, right in front of all these people, including his boss, and maybe his mother is there. His boss's mother is there, and he goes, "My God, what a pair of jugglies. I would sure like to fuck her," And then he goes, "Did I say that?" Because one of the side effects of being in this cryogenic state is you can't distinguish between what you say inside your own head and what comes out of your mouth. Anyway, Mike Myers, he's a model for us. He's a model for us. He and Eddie Izzard, Robin Williams, John Cleese, these are all people who basically say, fuck you if you can't take a joke. I just don't give a flying fahoogle. And by the way, there's an acronym for that, and it's a great one. Fui ukataj. And theoretically it should be fuyikataj, but no, fuyiktaj. But it just sounds better to go fuyuktaj. So there's a U. F-U, the letter U, instead of F-Y, which would be more, formal, say. I mean, I know a lot of young people would always say you for the word you. I'm old-fashioned. I say Y for you. But in Fuyukataj, I say you because it sounds better. It goes into that song, the old song. Fuyukataj, Fuyukataj, Fuyukataj. And, it's just a fun thing to say to somebody who is really being a jerk. And the people I mentioned before, Eddie Izzard, John Cleese, Robin Williams, Mike Myers, they are making a joke. And if you are too hung up to get it, and if it bothers you because you think they're making a joke about you, and well, maybe they are making a joke about you. And if you can't take it, well, Fuyukataj, Fuyukataj, Fuyukataj. And that's the kind of thing, speaking truth to power in public. And I would like it, if this were under 10 minutes, to speaking truth to power in public. And hopefully it's under 10 minutes, so I can just put it up. 6 minutes, 23.